Okay, Hariam everybody, welcome back to class. I hope that you enjoyed doing your homework and I hope that you feel comfortable with the first 6 letters that we saw yesterday. Just a quick recap. In yesterday's class, we talked about the resolve that you need to take to make sure that you finish the course that you started. We also saw how if you love the language, it becomes easy to learn. We also saw that practice is the thing that is going to bring this language into your life, right? So practice, 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 practice. You have to eat the letters, you have to sleep the letters, you have to dream the letters, you have to see them floating in front of you as you walk, imagine AI makes some glasses that you could just see everywhere you see. You just see these letters now so that they really stick in your mind before we get into the actual Sanskrit grammar. All right. Let me share my screen and then we will pick up. So yesterday we were seeing the vowels, and I promised that I would tell today what I was saying yesterday. The letters in Sanskrit are called akshara. I'll write it in English first. Akshara. Akshara means letter. And in plural, it will be aksharani. Aksharani is letters. And within the letters, we are seeing the vowels specifically. In Sanskrit, vowel is called swara. In plural, swaraha. These are the vowels. So yesterday we started with the vowels and we saw 6 vowels. We saw a, I, u. I'll give you all just one moment to write that down. I see many of you still writing. Akshara becomes aksharani. Don't worry about that. Letters is aksharani and vowels are swaraha. Swara, singular. For Hindi speakers now, here's the difference. In Sanskrit, we say akshara, and in Hindi, we say akshar, without the at the end. For swara, in Sanskrit it is swara, and in Hindi it is swar, even though they are written in exactly the same way. This is for those who already know the script. This is how it is written. So somebody who is a Hindi speaker who is trying to say something in Sanskrit will see this word and they will think they know how to say it. And they will say akshar. But actually it is akshara because there is a difference in Hindi and Sanskrit with the integrity of what we call the halant. When we get there, we will see about that. But the Hindi words very commonly don't pronounce all the us at the end of the word. So that's one key difference to keep in mind. Just because a word looks the same doesn't mean it's going to sound the same when you say it. Okay? All right. So in last class we saw a, I, u. The first set of letters in Sanskrit. The first set of vowels in Sanskrit. Now we continue. But before we continue, I have my first test. It is a test for me to see if this is going to work. It is also a test for you. So let me, how do I do this? Okay, let me explain what's going to happen. Please don't answer yet. I'm going to start a poll. I'm going to launch a poll. The poll has 10 questions. I'm going to share my screen, and my screen has 10 questions as well. Each question is going to have in it a missing vowel. I've written these out in English. You will know all of these words. You have to answer for each number which is the missing vowel in Sanskrit? So I'll do one example with you, and then you'll know what I mean. Don't start yet. When I say start, you start. So I hope you can all see the poll. Can you all see the poll? Okay. And I hope you can all see the questions now. So the first one is Ganesha. So you have to answer which vowel is missing in the highlighted part of Ganesha. Number 2 is Lakshmi. So you have to tell me which vowel is missing in Lakshmi. A, I, O, U. These are your 6 options for all of the questions. Starting from number 1. Number 1 will be the answer for Ganesha. Number 2 will be the answer for Lakshmi, and on and on. So you have just about 2 minutes to answer. If you're having any issues with the poll, just answer in your book. Don't stress too much. Your time starts now. If you're having issues with the poll, don't worry. But I see some people have already started to answer. So I think the poll is working. Correct? Okay. You're on your phone. If you can, actually, it's preferable for you to sign on your computer so you can see these polls and stuff. I don't know if you scroll on your phone whether the poll will come up. But that doesn't matter. Whoever has the poll can answer it. Whoever doesn't have the poll can just answer these in your book. Okay. Thirty more seconds. Pop quiz. Oh, only 7 participants are participating in the poll. 8. Not seeing the questions. The questions are on the screen. If you're on a phone, I cannot help you because I don't know how it works on the phone. But if you're on the computer, you'll be seeing it. All right, let me read out the questions. Question number 1. Ganesha. Ganesha ends with which vowel? If you answered U, I think you just clicked something wrong. Because it's not Ganeshu. It definitely is not Ganeshu. The question is between Ganesha and Ganesha. And like I said, majority of people make mistakes in this very first question itself. It is Ganesha, short up, the first up, not the second up. Ganesha. So the next time you say Bhagavan Ganesh, we don't say Ganesha in any mantra, we say Ganesha. Okay, that is question number 1. Question number 2, Lakshmi. Again, very good. Those who answered with a is correct. It is Lakshmi, short up, not Lakshmi, and not any of the other answers that are there. Number 3, Hanuman. Hanuman is again with a. Hanuman, not Hanuman, Hanuman. Not Hanuman, Hanuman. Number 4. Oh, this one is a 50-45. Krishna. Krishna. The same ending as Ganesha is Krishna. It ends with a, not a ah. Krishna. So if you were saying Krishna, you please fix that. One more thing is going to get fixed in Krishna today, but the ending is Krishna, not Krishna. Number 5. A. It's not Ramayana. It is not about Ram. It is about Bhagavan Sri Ram. Ramayana. Ramayana is the correct answer there. Okay. Number 6. Maheshwara. Short not a. Maheshwara. Number 7. Shanti. Shanti is Om Shanti. Shanti. Shantihi. It is the short E. It is the first E. It is not E. It is I. Like the guitar. I. Shanti. Shanti. Not Shanti. Shanti. So watch out for that. Then everyone knows this. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam. And let me tell you all, the I in Saraswati Namastubhyam, even though Saraswati is a long E, Saraswati in this shloka, it is short E. Saraswati Namastubhyam, not Saraswati Namastubhyam. Okay. Number 9. Om Namah Shivaya, not Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, short up. And finally, I knew that most people would get number 10 wrong. It's not Guru Ve Namaha. It's not Guru Ve Namaha. It's not Gurave Namaha. It is Gurave Namaha. The letter there is Gurave. Even though we say Guruve, many people make the mistake. The correct answer is A. So I'm going to write the correct answers in here now. I'm going to end the poll. It really doesn't matter whether you got it right or wrong. In the poll, what matters is that moving forward now, you don't get it wrong. Ganesha, Lakshmi, Hanuman, Krishna, Ramayana, Maheshwara, Shanti, Saraswati, Om Namah Shivaya, and Gurave Namaha. So when you chant Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, not Guruve Namaha. When you learn the Sanskrit, when we get into Sanskrit grammar, that will fix and you'll understand why. But I wanted to point out my point yesterday when I said 80% of people make mistakes right here in this versus a. So please look out for whether a word has a or a, and now you all know how to pronounce it. Okay, now let us get into the next set of vowels. So what we're doing today is vowels continued. Now, I know I had said Sanskrit is easy, but there's only one absolute in this world, and that is Brahman. Everything else is relative. So this thing that I'm just about to say next is the exception to the rule that Sanskrit is easy. This is the hardest letter that you will come across in Sanskrit. And once you learn to say it, well, you've learned the hardest thing that exists. So just bear with me and listen carefully, and you write after. This sound is, okay, we learned the vowel I, correct? I we learned yesterday. We also learned U. We learned U yesterday. If you put a R sound in front of each, that makes R and that makes R. So far, so good. There's a R and there's a R. Now, in between these two sounds, something that is not a I and something that is not a U, there's called something called R. R. It's not R. It's not R. It's not R. And it's not R. It is R. Everybody say R. 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 And this sound in Bharat, in India, in different parts of India, some people pronounce it R, some people pronounce it Ru, because it is very hard to say R, the R sound without a I, U, or A. And I will give you an example of a word that has it, and then I will teach you how to write it. A word that has this sound is Krishna. Bhagavan Sri Krishna's name has R in it. Not R, not Ru. It is not Krishna. It is not Krishna. It is Krishna. You hear the difference? Krishna. So there's no I coming out. It's a R. It's going to take practice. Don't worry. Don't stress. You can start by saying R. And every day of your life, you try to practice more and more. R, Ru, R, somewhere in the middle. Right? So you practice and eventually you will get it. Now let me show you how to write it. Watch and then write. It is written like this. You put a line, a backward K, and then you make a little loop where the K ends. And finally, you put the line on top. And this is R. R. Not R, not R, not Ru, R. So please write it a few times. Please don't say in your mind backward K, loop, line. Be saying in your mind R. R. We want R to stick, not backward K to stick. R. R. A, I, U, U, R, 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 R. Now, just like every vowel comes with its counterpart, this vowel has its own counterpart. And I'm sorry to say that one is even harder to pronounce. But look how we write it, okay? It is the same R, but longer. So you go R. That's all, right? R. Some people say the, okay? Like, let me teach you how to write it and then I'll give you an example. This is how you write it. The same backward K. This time, you make like a fancy cursive E. So the short R is with a little E, and the long R is with a big E. Fancy cursive E. R, R. Examples for R. Oh, write it a few times. R, R. The good news is that this letter barely comes in the language. Very rarely you will find it, so you don't need to worry so much. There's a word called Pitru Ranam. I don't know if you've heard, the debt that we have to our ancestors. Pitrurnam. When you say that word together, it becomes Pitrurnam. That is what this sound is. How do you write this letter? Pitrurnam. Pitrunam. Don't worry too much about pronouncing it. Try and practice the R in Krishna instead. It will come. So an example for R is Rishi. Rishi. It's not Rishi, it's Rishi. So if your name is Rishi, well, you have to practice saying your name. If you have a friend or a child called Rishi, you have good luck because you have lots of time now to practice. Every time you say it, you can practice this. And anyways, everyone should be calling Bhagavan Shri Krishna's name all the time. So every time you practice. Whole life we've been saying Bhagavan Shri Krishna's name wrong. Poor Bhagavan Krishna. You can tell him, but Bhagavan, who told you to make your name so hard? That's on you. So, so don't worry. Okay. And I can't believe my time has gone so fast. Let's see how many more we can do today. Next one is A. Actually, everyone should be able to say this one easily. The first sound that we learn in English, the first letter we learn in English is the letter A. That is the sound that this vowel makes. Watch how you write it. A little curvy line and a smaller curvy line inside. And then a line. A. The sound A. In Guyana, when we say where you day, that A. In Canada, when we say Canada A, that A. When we have our birthday and we say I want cake, that A. Very easy to pronounce. A. Ekam. Ek, do, teen. That A. Okay. His counterpart is I. I. In Hindi, you will say A. In Sanskrit, you will say I. So let me write it and show you. The same thing you write. You put the line on top. But after you put the line on top, you have to add a little, what we call a cherry. I. And a way we show the children to remember this is the sound ice cream. Ice cream. Well, an ice cream has a cherry on it. So the I from the cherry on the ice cream, this is the letter. So everyone write it a few times. I. I for ice cream. I for ice. Ice. That I. Hi. Hi. We say hi. I. The I in hi. Hi. I'm out of practice with hi. I usually say Hari Om now. So I can practice hi also. Okay. I. This was I. In Hindi, they will say like na. But in Sanskrit, it is I. Vairagya. Like that. Okay. I. Next. To write the next letter is very easy because you know every component of the letter. Watch. First, you make a, which you know how to make now. And after you put the line on top, O is an A plus one cherry. You see, then you're like, oh, okay. O, very easy to say. Our literal letter O, right? Or when you're like, oh no, or when you're like, oh yes, or when you're like, OMG. We say O so many times in our expressions. Very easy letter. O, normal O in English, ocean, over, O. Okay, O. Then its counterpart is, listen first. O. 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 Hmm? Like, let me write it and I'll show it. I'll give you examples. O. O has two cherries, that's all. And an example for O will be the O in cloud or in cow. When you say cow, ow, the ow sound. Or when you stub your foot and you say ouch, the ow, ow sound. O, ow, ow, ow. So you please practice those ones. And tomorrow we'll, let me just review now. So we did r, r, say r, and then r, r, r. Then a, 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 a. And then finally, o, 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 o. There are two more letters to learn in the vowel section. They're not really vowels, but they're put in the vowel section as placeholders. I will tell you about those tomorrow, but I promised you that I would teach you a song to remember the vowels. So, a disclaimer, big red bold disclaimer. I am not a singer, but I'm going to try to sing it. So listen, and if it benefits you to learn it, please do. And I will try and see if I'm brave enough to record it and send it in WhatsApp as well. Okay, so listen now, and then you can sing it. A, I, U, R, aha. And aha we will learn tomorrow. Uh, R, aha. This should be like the radio song that just doesn't leave your head for the next few weeks. Let it stick well in your mind. Okay? I'll sing it one more time. Uh, A, I, U, R, aha. Now faster. Aha. Aha. Tomorrow I'm going to pick on people to try. So I'm not going to sing this alone. Okay, so this is our vowels, our swaraha. We have two more to learn here. I really was hoping to finish today, but time ran out on me. Please, lights out. You know your homework. Please practice every single letter on a full page. Okay, you practice it until your hands hurt. And then we will pick up tomorrow. Okay, closing prayer. P.S. This is called blackout in Guyana, for those who don't know. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.